Hello.
Hey, Tim, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. I'm in my favorite place, bringing my
I can
best self.
see. I know, I can see. I love it. I'm looking at my background, which is very sort of dark in comparison. So I'm just going to imagine I'm standing there with you, of which we should let our viewers know we will be together next week. So look out for that one.
Yes, not here, tragically, but we'll get here at some point. But yes, we shall.
We will.
So let's talk about leaders and cultures and why
Mm.
leaders are so important to cultures. Over to you.
Mm. Well, I guess I've always felt that leaders set the mood, set the tone, set the pace for their workplaces and their teams. And that's whether you're physically sitting together or whether you're geographically spread, or, you might be working virtually or even a hybrid of those different combinations. So there is this kind of mood and pace setting. And so for me, that is almost indicative of the fact that leaders are your key drivers of workplace culture. So you have the ability to really shape it, impact it, and drive it to be what you want it to be. And we all know how important workplace culture is to strategy, right?
Well, I would hope so. And I'm not going to repeat the oft used phrase about a particular meal and one of those two things having the other one for it. But essentially, you can have the most brilliantly conceived, highly researched, well-defined strategy, and a culture that's not aligned to execute that basically means you've just wasted your time. So, not to need to add anything to what you've said, let's move on to talk about how what we do with leaders in being leaders impacts on the cultures wherever those leaders are leading.
Hmm. Well, I don't know about you, Tim, but maybe if I could just share my personal thoughts and experience and also what we've seen. But as a leader starts to evolve and build their capability and also their capacity to lead, so let's just call it leaders lift. As leaders lift, they actually lift everyone around them. And that's from the perspective in how they lead, how they engage, how they interact, but also in creating this expectation as to how we are together. So, by lifting others around us, that seems to have this kind of domino effect. And I always like to refer to the marginal gains effect in the workplace from a culture perspective. And who doesn't want to come to work in a culture where everyone is thriving together, or we're at least aligned in moving towards that thriving culture?
Yeah, absolutely. And one just very quick addition, when we talk about leaders, we are talking about those who lead as influences, those who are sort of culture ambassadors. And
Absolutely.
if you're in a hierarchical organization, those that sit at the sort of the tiers of the hierarchy, right? Those are the people who lead. That's who we're talking about. That's who this program is for. And in our next conversation, we're going to unpack a little bit more the sort of 3x3 framing that we have within being leaders, which the Kookaburra obviously finds hilarious, which is harmonizing, belonging, and flourishing. So thank you for your time and attention, and we will be back with you here next week and then hosting you, if you're curious in this, in a couple of weeks. Go to the LinkedIn page to register for the event if you want to come hang out with us.
Wonderful. We'll see you soon. Thanks, Tim.
Bye.
Say bye.